No, but this is my first YouTube video I've ever made.
I identify as agender. I don't feel like I have a gender. I don't feel a connection to the to gender in general. I also identify as non-binary. I have a little bit of voice dysphoria and hip dysphoria. It's not like I dislike the part of my body and like I hate it or whatever. It's not like that. It's like, oh, this isn't right. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to have a flat chest. That's the way it always should have been. And I can almost, like, I look in the mirror and I picture myself with my chest underneath it, and looking at these foreign things is like wrong, and it's not what it's supposed to be, and it just feels so uncomfortable and wrong.
I came out at my school! Woo!
I told him about how I felt and who I was and what non-binary was, and I sent a lot of links about different things about non-binary identities and how to react when your kid comes out to you as non-binary and stuff like that. And yeah, so I sent that to him. So the reason I'm getting top surgery is because I have really intense top dysphoria. It's quite bad. Sometimes I can't even function, like I can't do things because I really need to completely distract my mind. It just feels like it's really not my body. Also, binding has caused me a lot of physical issues. I have trouble breathing and I'm in pain like all the time, and it's really not great. So I'm going through the process to get top surgery, and I came out at my workplace. A post on Facebook that said like, hi, I am transgender, non-binary. Okay, this is my new name and my new pronouns. And she said that she was 100% behind me and supportive, and it was really great. The thing is I totally get this, and I totally respect her right to say that she doesn't feel comfortable approving me, and I think she is supportive. But the thing is like, I came to see her 3 months ago, and then I was calling. I wondered if having top surgery would get me to a place where I felt okay enough, and I didn't need that. And I still wonder that, but now I'm not as sure. I'm so sick of being referred to with she, her pronouns, and I'm so uncomfortable with being seen as female, and like I hate it. It's so wrong for me. And yeah, he said he would approve me for sending in the prior approval form to the government to get funding for my top surgery, which is so exciting. And he said it's looking like it's going to be probably like we'll hear back from the government within the next few weeks, and then it'll probably be about 6 months before I have my appointment. And I've made a more definite decision that I actually do want to start T, and this is what's right for me. So I'm going on testosterone. Yeah, and I found that there was a lot of time where I would change my personality. I wouldn't be me as much, and I'd change the things that I want to wear and change the way that I want to express myself, because you know, it was too feminine, and people would only read me as female. So I tried so hard to be as masculine as possible so people would read me as male, because when I'm being read as male, I'm not being read as female. So yeah, and then I realized that I didn't want to do that, and I just wanted to be able to express myself. So I started to consider T, going on testosterone more. And more because of that. And also, you know, I don't feel comfortable being perceived as male, but I feel more comfortable being perceived as male by strangers than I do. I feel like a lot more comfortable with that than being perceived as female by strangers. By people who I know, I would much rather be perceived as neither, and you know, have them refer to me using they pronouns. But you know, I know that's not something I can expect from strangers. So, and I also just, when I see myself, I picture my future self as having these more masculine characteristics to my body, but I don't see that person as male, even though I know that a lot of other people might. I'm officially 1 month on testosterone.
Dear Arrow, this letter is to confirm that based on the documents submitted above, the above named patient has received Ontario Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care Ministry approval of Ontario Health Insurance Plan. insured sex reassignment surgery. This patient meets eligibility requirements and is accordingly approved for bilateral mastectomy to be performed at the Center of Metropolitan Chirurgie Plastique in Montreal. So I have my letter here, which has all of my stuff in it, including my nudes, and the letter from my trans doctor, and it has a medical health history, and it has a health status information thing, which basically talks about your mental health, different mental health conditions, and I'm officially 2 months on testosterone. As of tomorrow, I am officially 3 months on testosterone. Hearing my voice and see my shoulders and stuff, and just like, I feel like I'm myself more, and I, like, any hesitation I had towards testosterone at all before, like, it's gone. Like, I know this is where I'm meant to be, and I don't know, you know, again, if I'm gonna stay on testosterone forever, but I know that I'm really happy with the changes I've seen, and I know that I'm really anticipating more, and that this is right for me, because it feels so much like me. Like, I feel like I'm seeing myself, and I'm really excited for other people to see me more as the way I've been seeing myself my whole life. And as of today, I'm officially 4 months on testosterone. Today, I am officially 5 months on testosterone. I am officially 6 months on testosterone. And yeah, so I'm 7 months on testosterone today, which means I'm not a girl or a boy. And so in order to feel comfortable and like feel okay in this workspace, I need you to refer to me using they, them pronoun. I said, like, what's happening? So, and they're like, oh, so we're gonna need a letter from your family doctor, and a letter from, like, not a letter from your pharmacy, but like a list of medications from your pharmacy. And I was like, okay. Sent that off in November. So then, like, in the end of January, they called me, and I was like, ooh, yay, I'm out of my date. And then they're like, or like, I might know if I'm approved or not. And they're like, okay, so we're gonna need another thing. We want a letter from this. You have a letter from your family doctor. You have like a social worker you could get a letter from. I was like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and I waited like 3 weeks, and then I was like, okay, this is more than a few days, and so I kind of was like, okay, fine, I'll call. So I called, and she's like, oh yeah, you've been approved. And I was like, oh, okay, would have been nice to know, but thank you, that's wonderful news. And I went out into the hallway, and I was like talking to the person on the phone, and they're like, okay, I have your top surgery date. And I was like, oh, May 16th. So that's my date, and I'm so excited. I am officially 8 months on testosterone. And I'm officially 9 months on testosterone. I feel like people gendering me in a mixed way is probably a part of it, but also I just think the changes that I've experienced with my body, and with my just like life, I've gotten to a place where I'm so much more comfortable with myself and my gender, and like I'm more confident in my gender and more confident in my life to feel like intense excitement and like a relief where I'm like, yes, I'm gonna be in a body that feels right, and I'm just gonna be able to do all these things, and I'm gonna be able to have top surgery. I've been looking forward to this for so long, and it's finally here, and I've worked so hard to get here, and it's just so exciting. And so I have that feeling, and then I have like, I'm freaking out, and like a feeling of like intense anxiety. So 5:45 a.m. on May 16th, 2017, or 2018, and today's my top surgery day. I'm leaving in a taxi to go to the hospital at 7:20, so I have like basically an hour and a half-ish before I go to the hospital for top surgery. It's about 6:11. I went into surgery at around 11 o'clock. So this is currently the way my chest looks. I have pretty good movement. I was actually able to wash my own hair yesterday, which was awesome, and like sit in a bath, wash my lower body. Yeah, see, I can kind of reach behind my own head. My arms up. Like this, probably. Like I start to feel some tenseness now. entire chest from like the bottom of the ace bandage to like here is just like incredibly itchy, and one of the itchiest experiences I have experienced in my entire life.
Feeling like nothing will ever change and like I'll never have feel comfortable in my body and with my gender.
I am officially 1 year on testosterone. Woo! For the most part, like, I barely feel dysphoric anymore, which is super cool and amazing. And what? Hey everybody. So, going over and watching that video by putting it together, it's so incredible to see how much change has happened in my life in the last few years, and I'm so grateful and so happy that all of this can exist. And currently, although I do still struggle sometimes, like, I am so content in my body. I'm so happy with my life. I've made it to a place where I can just be me, and I feel okay in my life and in my body, and it's so much better than I could have imagined, and it just feels so great and so normal and so real. And yeah, and so thank you to everyone who supported me and been there for me through everything. Thank you to friends who use my pronouns, and family, and people who've just let me know that things are okay. And anyone out there who's struggling with their gender identity, with dysphoria, it can get better, and it will get better, and I'm here for you, and you'll figure it out. And yeah, so thank you. Have a good day.